Afternoon, everyone. So, yes, I am recording, yes. Hello, we're back to Tiny Races. This is the, I want to say 210 to 350 category. 230 to 350, there we go, stop right in front of the screen. We're going back to the beginning. These are the original 4 routes, apparently, that they did in the first Tiny Races ever. I was not part of that, so I won't have done this combo of 4 races before. We're starting off with 1 lap of the Neokyo crit course, and then we move on to Crit City for race 2 with 3 laps of the Bell lap. So my less favoured of the 2 routes. I do love Dolphin a lot more than Bell. And what we got after that? I'm going to have to look them up, I've forgotten. We've got New York, LaGuardia Revers is one of them. I can't remember the other. But here we go for race 1. Oh, speedy start. Oh, look, it's strung out. Oh. And that got the heart rate going. That's just the lead in. Well, we've got 55 riders. Down to about 40 in the front pack already. Because that was Zwift. We've got 2 Aero power-ups for this race, which are not bad. The kicker here. You never know how hard that's going to be pushed, so I wanted to drift towards the front. We did nearly lose a few more there, but it looks like they're back on. And go out front, pushing it. Not getting too far. Need to keeping the power up. Head into the caster complex. Into the last K. Against the square before the caster go exit. It's probably where to drop my power up. We don't have a sprint. Here it comes. Here we go. Yeah. 37, but still less than 4 seconds off the winner. That was a tight finish. Oh, pre-race jelly baby repeating on me. There we go. Check up on the routes where we've got a break. So, as I said, yeah, this is 3 laps of the bell lap. we get 2 ghosts here, so on the start of lap 2 and start lap 3. Because we don't get one as you pass the start lap 1 for some reason. And then race 3 is LaGuardia loop reverse, 1 lap, and we get 2 Anvils for that. Kind of odd timing for those, and depending on how the race is going, because the place to use them generally would be right after the banner there, but that's literally 200 metres into the race, when you should really likely still all be together and not need one. And then race 4 is 1 lap of Volcano circuit, and we'll get a couple of feathers for that. So you've got the lead in from the beach pens up the drag through the tunnel and then round the volcano. So again, it's one of those of when you use it, probably the first one will be up the drag on the lead in. I wasn't the only one that thought that start was fast in race 1. So yeah, Battle Lap, if you're not familiar with it, we turn right out the pens and almost immediately go into the rollers, effectively going up to the top of the clear bit. So it's coming the other way on Dolphin, you've got the steep little kicker, and then you go down the rollers, whereas this way around you're going effectively up the rollers, each one getting a bit steeper and higher, and then you go down the kind of cobbled grind reverse. Can't even spell kicker. So yeah, with ghosts on this one, for someone that's pushing and wanting to break away, it can actually be quite useful because you can drop it like just as you come off the first roller. Basically sprint through the last 3 rollers up to the top of the prime and have several seconds. And then even with the downhill cobbly section for the group, you can potentially stay away till the end of the lap if you've got the power to keep it on. I've tried a similar thing in the past with either an Aero or a feather through the rollers, but never with any belief that I would make it. Just really to spice up the pack and wake people up and break up the group and what have you, and be a nuisance. But I'm imagining some of the stronger riders here may well try it. So you may see people disappearing near the start of the rollers, and then reappearing with several seconds lead on the group, and then the group all breaking apart and people go at different watts to try and either immediately chase down or just increase their pace, hoping they'll catch or whatever it is. So it can be an odd one with ghosts, because you don't know where someone's going to end up. Maybe they'll just drop the ghost, not change their power at all, and be still right next to you when they reappear. Which would probably be the case with anyone who sees me disappearing. Some people getting used to the rigours of tiny races. Yes, they hurt. They're short, so people go harder and then use the recovery time. Dave joking about how he's staying under 350s as Zwift racing his sport. Got my second towel. I tend to kind of need it with tiny races because you end up pretty sweaty because they're hard short efforts. Anyway, here we go. Oh, we did get one at the start of the first lap. So it looks like we'll be getting 3 ghosts. Oh, Oops isn't displaying. That's helpful. Oops. Someone's just lost power, that's not helpful. Oh, there we go. So it looks like we just shipped quite a few at the start there. Down to 41 out of 54 at the front. It starts pretty pacey. Not quite as bad through the rollers as I thought it might be, thankfully.
$350k until my next bike upgrade. Don't think I'll be getting that done in tiny races. I expect someone will go through the rollers at the start of this next lap. No massive moves. Within 2.5 seconds this time, but still 13. A couple of peaky times in this, they're short, but I might just change my wheels. Oops, that's biked. That's how tired I am. I can't tell the difference between bike and a wheel. Yeah.
Right, time for an energy gel, I think. These last two. I think he had that same problem last week or the week before. Yeah, I'm not sure I could ever sanction fish before Zwift. Even my bagel at lunch was a bit later than I should have been. At least bagel was not too bad to digest. It gives me a bit of energy. So we've got LaGuardia loop Revers, but I think there's a couple of K of lead in on this one. And we end up starting the race going up the draggy uphill towards the what's normally a downhill sprint finish. And with Anvils for this one, yeah, it's kind of odd. The times when you'd use an Anvil on this course compared to the times going the other way when you do the feather don't really stack up the same in terms of usefulness or in timing as well, in like the important parts of the stages of the lap or race. So there's one steep hill bit literally like 300 meters into the lead in here, and there's another bit literally like just after the start of the lap when you get down the kicker. So those aren't really good times to try and make any kind of time on the group or to get your speed up and then push away on flat or anything. At best, it may be useful for just keeping you in with the group so that you can save some watts. I think there's a shallower downhill about halfway through, which is probably when I'll try and save my thought, depending on whether I can stick with the group and actually have it be worthwhile. Oh dear, energy deal burst. May not be responding properly again. I don't think it likes changing worlds when I'm already in source. Here we go. But we've got some new riders again, so it might go faster than it should. Send the 40 of us away again. And to the max. Down to 34 at the front. There's a second, less than 4 seconds from the lead. That's how much I'm in a sprint finish count. I don't at the moment. So, Volcano circuit. Right, it's 4 out of 4. Yeah. So, I'm going to quickly stretch out my leg for a bit on the side of the room. You may see me bending over. And you may not. I may be out of camera. Yeah. Oh. My left adducts are extremely sore. It's weird, it's not the most painful part of my legs on a day-to-day basis, but it just gets really painful when you start putting any kind of power down. Whereas the rest of it is like painful all the time, so I'm kind of almost getting used to it. cool. Right, so what we got? Leading plus 1 lap of Volcano circuit, counter-clockwise I think, and 2 feathers, so one just as we get to the beachfront out the pens, and then one as we enter the volcano. Probably best used on the kicker, about halfway around the lap, and the draggy section on the start of the lead-in, just after we get the first one. So at least they won't be hugely beneficial for people finishing super fast, unless someone goes up the kicker and keeps going, which they may well do if they've got the power. And we'll probably have some first-time racers in here that haven't done all 4 races, which is always a bit weird, because we're gassed and they're fully fresh. Keep 7.8 wheels on this time because we do have a couple of uphill bits and there's not major downhills, so probably the best all-round choice, I guess. I'm not sure what the official best is. Oh. Hurry up again a bit before we start. Let it get a bit low there. Do a bit of shock to the system when you come out and do the draggy outfield. Don't want to be going from 110, 120 to 165 in 30 seconds. Then he's a one and done racer today. Just doing the others for the fun, maybe. Here we go. These starts are about as much of a sprint as I've got at the moment. Oh. That's stretched. Oh, we dropped a lot. Down to 26 front. Half the race dropped. Heading for the kicker. Nice of ease for a moment, thankfully. I might blast it through the kicker just to mix things up. I'll probably get dropped from it though. Go on, tougher. I split the group in two. A bit of fun, wasn't it? Body doesn't agree. Oh. Yeah. Looks like they're back on. Looks like a good top for a good platform though. So it's Aaron. I'm not very good with first names. I always do with what I can see on screen because I always seem to guess wrong from my memory. Yeah. I'm not going up that kicker again, so I'm switching to Chancho. Oh, that was tough. I think some of the pace in races 3 and 4 was driven by fresh racers who came in having not done the first couple. It's one of the kind of slightly annoying but weird quirks about the pace of these races, that normally as they would tend to get slower and as people tire out, because anyone can join, although they'll be disqualified in the online results, they can join and they push the pace, and people don't generally know who's been doing all 4 races and who hasn't, so you have to go with the pace that's set so they get faster instead of slower. Right, cool down time. Much needed. I think I'll be able to. Oh, actually, you can say I think I'll be able to do Tuesday Z racing this week, but I actually don't know because I don't know what my score is going to be. Whether I'm still going to be stuck with the 390 group, or whether my score will have gone down a couple and will let me into the 330 group again. Actually, I might be able to see now. I've joined the shine shit off. I might be able to see my good racing score. That's a good point. Oops, wrong screen. No. Started the day on 334. Race 1, it dropped to 330. Race 2, showing it dropped, but it's still at 330, so it dropped less than 1. Race 3 dropped to 329. Full point drop. And race 4, back up to 330. Oh, does that mean I can join the 330 race or not? Do I have to be 329 or under, or does 330 count? We got. So, oh yes, I can join the 330 race with a 330 score. So I should be back able to do dead racing on Tuesday next week. Which I prefer. So I do yogas on Monday night at the moment, so hot yoga. It helps try and get some movement through other parts of my muscles and joints that I wouldn't otherwise get with just cycling and stretching at home. Plus with the heat, it does help me get deeper into things than otherwise would be able to do. Problems I have with trying to stretch when I haven't exercised is that my muscles really don't like being stretched out when they're cold. I like really don't like it. So yeah, that'd be good. So yeah, expect to see me back Tuesday night, 6:10 UK time, for stage 4 of Zwift racing. What course is it? 3 Village Loop. Oh, actually, yeah, that's quite a tough one. So yeah, see how that goes. And then I like being able to do that one on Tuesday, because then that's the kind of most populated and therefore often the toughest ride of the week out of the way, and then I can either do just zone 2 rides or maybe pop in a crit race or something later on in the week, depending on how the legs feel. I'm trying to push my legs. At the moment, every evening after doing any of these races is agony on the legs. Yeah, the amount of painkillers I'm going through is ridiculous, but if I don't do any exercise, then the legs stiffen up. So I think it's better to try and push. Hopefully that's actually kind of building some muscle in my legs. If I push, eventually they'll get a bit stronger, and it allows me to then stretch after I've exercised, because my body's warm enough. Talking of which, let's turn this fan down so I don't get too cold while I'm just letting the heartbeat come down. Or heartbeat's down now anyway. So yeah, it's a real balancing act between I really am in a lot of pain and wanting to push the exercise rather than just going around at Z2, and don't really feel I get any benefit from that. Just doing like 40 minutes of zone 2. Well, that was a robot pacer or something. So doing these races, even though I'm in the lowest category and I really struggle to stick with people, at least pushing me to push the muscles a bit, and maybe that gets a bit more strength in them. Waiting to hear back on the MRI I had on my lumbar region last week, and they want to do an ultrasound. They think I've got I can't remember what they called it, gluteal tendinopathy, I think is what it's called, on the right side, which is why that's just gets so painful. The left side just feels really weak, and I do get pain where I down here down my thigh, and as I said about it in my adductor, and this is the thigh I originally hurt. But I think with all the compensating I did for about a year before I started looking into it, is probably what's caused all the pain on the right hand side, and the pain on the right is actually worse, a lot worse. So yeah, I'll wait to hear back from the MRI and see when they get me in for the ultrasound. They're talking about a couple other things as well, depending on, I think it depends on what they see on the ultrasound, so I'll have to wait and see what they say about doing either of those. One of them's potential for a pain-killing injection, which I could really do with at the moment. I keep going into pharmacy to buy painkillers, and they keep telling me the warning, no more than 3 days in a row. And I'm like, yeah. And going to each week to buy more, and then the same guy keeps serving me. And he must recognise me by now, but thankfully I don't tend to have much of a problem with addiction, so that should be good. But yeah, it's kind of hilarious. It's like, yeah, if I could only take them for 3 days and then the pain would be gone, that would be great. But unfortunately that's not the way it works. So yeah, painkilling injection, I wouldn't actually need to take anything for a while. I'm not sure quite what it is. I'm guessing it's some completely different painkiller than what you normally get. Apparently it lasts for a little while, rather than just a few hours about these painkillers. So I have to wait and see what they say on that. Anyway, I'm going to go and do some stretching. I think I might have a magnesium bath to try and get into the muscles a bit. So I'll see you Tuesday. In the meantime, don't forget, bring a towel and don't panic.